A shipment of humanitarian aid from Morocco for Palestinians in Gaza began entering the besieged enclave via a land route. The first time the Kerem Shalom border crossing from Israel has been used for aid in 5 months of warfare, a Moroccan diplomatic source said. Meanwhile, the German Air Force has started an operation to supply aid to people in Gaza. And U.S.-based charity group World Central Kitchen said it was confident that the ship carrying 200 tons of aid will get to residents in Gaza, which is on the verge of famine after 5 months of war.
The 40 tons of aid was being delivered by truck into northern Gaza along a route that the Rabat government has been able to secure as it had established diplomatic relations with Israel, the source said. Morocco resumed diplomatic ties with Israel in 2020. The aid was shipped by air to Israel before it was loaded at the crossing onto trucks operated by the Palestinian Red Crescent, which will ensure it reaches the needy in northern Gaza, the source told Reuters. The trucks entered the Gaza Strip through the Kerem Shalom crossing to avoid the complexities of the Rafah crossing on Gaza's border with Egypt or by airdrop, said the source, who asked to not be named. Since the onset of the war in Gaza, protests have been staged in Moroccan cities in solidarity with the Palestinians. The first airdrops of humanitarian aid over the Gaza Strip could take place by the end of the week, said Defense Minister Boris Pistorius, adding a total of 2 aircraft were to be deployed for, quote, as many flights as necessary and possible, end quote. The airlift to supply the population in the Palestinian territory was initiated by Jordan, with the USA and France also participating. The German part of the binational air transport squadron in Evreux is in charge of the Bundeswehr's mission, the ministry announced. According to a spokesperson for the Ministry of Defense, a mandate from the Bundestag lower house of parliament is not required, as this is purely a humanitarian mission. The charity ship Open Arms sailed out of Larnaca port, towing a barge containing flour, rice, and protein. The mission was funded mostly by the United Arab Emirates and organized by World Central Kitchen. The timing of its arrival in Gaza remains unclear. World Central Kitchen, which has been on the ground for months, has had workers scrambling to create a hard-packed rubble and earth wharf on Gaza's coast to allow the vessel to approach.
So work continues on the jetty. We're working on it 24/7. And so we are confident that when the aid gets to Gaza, there will be a way to offload it and get it into the hands of Gazans who are starving and need this food aid urgently.
Cyprus, the closest European Union member state to the Middle East, had campaigned for months to win acceptance of its plan to establish a maritime corridor straight to coastal Gaza, given serious obstacles to getting aid in by land. A second shipment of aid will be sent from Cyprus to Gaza in coming days. Cypriot Foreign Minister Konstantinos Kombos said on Wednesday, citing growing acceptance the island could play a pivotal role in delivering supplies by sea to the shattered Palestinian enclave.